You're watching SKST Radio.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned in to the Music Network. And today I have a special guest, actually a few special guests coming on today. We have the recording artist Troop in the house.
Woo! Hey, what's up? Hey,
You guys, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited.
thank you much. Thank you.
Well, I'm still kind of hungry though, because Rodney over there eating that food and stuff. But other than that, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so guys, please give the world some history. Tell us a little bit about Troop.
Troop is a group out of Pasadena, California. We started in 1984 as a group called Five of a Kind. We got our record deal in 1986. We had our debut single produced by the late Gerald Levert, Mark Gordon, and Eddie Levert. In 1988 was when we had our first #1 record. And the rest is history. We had several top 10 records to follow that. First single was Mamacita. The second single was My Heart. And the second album we had in 1990, we came out with our second album, and we had I'm Not Suit, Spread My Wings, All I Do Is Think of You, I Will Always Love You. That's my attitude. And we've just from there we went on to tour the country with Keith Sweat, Guy, Tony, most of all rappers that were hot in the time: Queen Latifah, Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, Rob Bass. We did a lot of touring with Rob Bass.
Yeah.
And that's basically us. We were the guys that made a hit out of the Jacksons' song "All I Do Is Think of You" and garnished a career out of it, And
Steve, who we are is a part of total respect of other people.
Yeah. Yes. So I was gonna say that. Give us the acronym. What is Troop? What does that mean? What does that stand for?
Total respect of other people.
That's right. I love it. I mean, but why didn't we know about that then? Because they were too busy looking at you guys and all the dancing and all that. They wouldn't realize that you had that great culture instilled, and that's what you guys were trying to put out there. So that is amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Who came up with that?
Alan is the one that came up with that.
So he was just kicking it about and just said, we're going to be called Troop? How did that happen?
No, well, he didn't come up with the name Troop. He just came up with the acronym.
Okay, gotcha.
We came up with the name Troop from a dance that we used to do called Troop.
Oh, I remember.
And we were signed to Atlantic Records. Our name was The Guys, and we had to change our name from The Guys because of the group Guy coming out before us. So we just decided to be Troop. And that's after we decided on that. That's when Alan came up with the acronym.
Wow. Okay, so how did you guys get together? How did y'all form the group? Did y'all already know one another, or how did that happen?
Yeah, we all knew each other from school. I knew John. I grew up in the boys' club, so I knew John since I was 10 and 11.
Yeah.
And in high school, Rodney and Reggie and a couple other friends went on a TV show called Putting on the Hits, a lip sync show back in the day doing New Edition. And they won several times. And eventually a producer by the name of Greg Perez saw the show and wanted to know if they could really sing. And that's when it all started. Rodney came to me at school and was telling me about the whole situation. So I joined the group eventually, and then John followed thereafter. And eventually Alan was there, and that's how we finally became Five of a Kind.
Yep.
Wow, it's amazing. Yeah. So let me ask you this. When you first realized that your music was like the hit, it was it. How did you feel about that? What happened?
Incredible.
What were you doing,
We were on the road. Well, we knew we were home when the song came out. I was still in high school graduating. So it was amazing because first to even hear yourself on the radio after all those years, for us, all that time rehearsing and hoping and wishing and dreaming and visualizing for it to finally happen, finally have a song on the radio. It was surreal. It was unbelievable. And then we were out on the road doing a promotional tour when it went #1. So it was just unbelievable that it was actually happening. It was just totally unbelievable.
Wow. So Rodney, with your hot dog in your mouth, how did you feel about all that?
I'll be saying the same story over and over because where I was as a 15-year-old guy or 16-year-old guy getting all this stuff and getting the group together. And this is before we actually came out. This was like the putting on the hit days, like Steve said. Well, I always felt like it's supposed to happen. I was ready for it. I worked hard. I took my time. I went and asked certain members to be in the group. I worked hard. So I feel like it was supposed to happen. I was very happy because I feel like what I was trying to achieve was happening for me. To me, it was supposed to happen. Not to be cocky or anything like that. Just I worked hard for it. So I expect for it to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's the way they tell you to keep going, right? You don't stop, you keep going, you keep going, you're persistent.
Right.
And so for you guys to have done what you've done back in the past, and now you're still here making good music. I mean, you were meant to be. You were meant to make it happen for us. So I appreciate that because that's my type of music. Like even the song that we're gonna highlight today. That's something I'm in love with. Type thing. So I can relate to this interview. So again, now let's talk about your choreography. So who was in charge of doing all those cool moves and stuff? All that turning around and all that stuff you guys used to do.
Rodney was the main choreographer of the group. But when it came down to us, like Rodney would initiate all of our choreography. And I was the other member of the group that would always assist and try to finish it off with him, let's add this to that. But Rodney was the initial choreographer of the group.
Rodney, you got moves, huh?
I was making them up. I don't know. I was making them up. Yeah, but you know what? Though? Excuse me. When we started, I was more like stepping, like the Temptations. I was doing that, but I was good, but I was doing that. And then when I got with Steve Russell, it was like he would just tell me to do a pop and something instead of he would say, do this. Damn, right there. And I'm like, oh man, I love it. And Steve got me onto doing our own type of steps. Instead of kind of like the Temptations or whatever, Steve got me doing that. And when Steve showed me that, I felt like it was a good connect because I guess that was right on time what I needed and what we needed as a group. So Steve, he helped me a lot. John helps with some steps too. John will help, but Steve would come in and do a part that I guess nobody would ever probably think of but him, and it was always dope.
Wow. Wow. So let's talk about the new song, the song that we're highlighting today.
Lady in My Life.
Hey, lady.
One of our all-time favorite songs. It's probably cherished by millions across the country. It's a Michael Jackson remake from the Thriller album. And we just decided, the reason why we did it was we decided, since we're on the road and touring, we might as well do a new record just to help our whole situation. And we just felt like it was time for a new single, but we didn't want to just shove something new and make, because people love our old music. So it dawned on me, let's do something that people already love since they like the nostalgic music. Let's do something that people already love.
Yes.
And we just decided to do it. And once I convinced Alan to get on board, the rest was history.
Game was over.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Well, we have the song. Can we play it?
Please.
All right. Let's make it happen, T-Nice.
Yes. Hard.
Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Now is the time. Girl, you're every wonder in this world to me. A treasure tide won't steal away.
My favorite part.
So listen to my heart. Lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel alright. And baby, through the years, even when we're old and gray, gonna love you more each day. 'Cause you will always be the lady in my life. All through the night. I wanna give you one. In my life. Let me feel your baby. All over, all over, all over. Lay back with me. Let me touch you, girl. Lay back with me. All of, baby, yeah. Oh, girl, you're my lady. You're my lady, baby.
Oh, I heard that time fly at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Oh my God. Thank
Thank
you.
you much.
Thank you. That is wonderful.
you.
That's the kind of music we need. And people like from our era, I should say, we still looking for that. We're still looking for
Yeah.
that type of music
Yes.
to grasp onto. So
Make you feel good.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys?
What's next is we're gonna keep touring.
Yeah.
We're shooting. We have a film company called Black Box. We're releasing independent films right now as well. We have 2 documentaries, Tales of a Boy Band and 5 of a Kind, The Story of Troop, both streaming on Tubi. We have a series called Day Ones, season
Yeah.
1 and 2 is out on Tubi right now. So we're just going to continue to do that. We're working on our biopic right now. We're getting ready to start casting for our first movie about our lives.
Nice.
And we're going to just stay on the road and just work on this new album. That's it. Just continue to have fun and do our thing,
Hey, Steve, have I
Yes,
ever
sir.
told you I love Day Ones, man? Have I ever told you that?
No.
I looked at it the other day. I was so jealous. I was like, oh, I want to be right there. I want to be right there. Man. It's good. It's good, man. It's good.
Thanks,
Nice.
man. Thanks, man.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You see Big Ing?
Yeah, that's when I got jealous.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
So you guys got the Black Box. We do interview new movies. We interview the directors. We interview the actors. So make sure we get contact information so we can do that, because I'm doing how many? We got like 2 different studios in California. October, what is it? October something. We do all of their movies, and so on Thursdays, like right after this show, we normally would do a movie right after that. So we'd love to put you guys.
You guys got to check out Day Ones, man.
Yeah, put you guys in the rotation. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.